Before we get into the nuts and bolts, congratulations, you got married.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I'm official.
Wow, that's it. You're locked down now.
Yes, bro. It's awesome. She's the best.
Yeah, well, congratulations, man. Well done. Now, I don't know if you recall, so when we spoke last year, I told you that your song Reasons, I gave that to a girl to get her digits.
Oh, yeah, you did.
and I said, hey, if it all comes off, hey, well, there'll be a wedding you'll get invited to. Well, we're not getting married, so she found out my personality.
Well, okay, we have a lot more songs to work with now, though. So.
And that's what we're here to talk about, man. So, I obviously appreciate the time. Thank you very much. The new album, Flowers. Obviously, I've heard it as well, of course.
Oh, thank you.
No, that's it. There was one thing I did notice on there, and I was going to ask this question of you. Probably should ask John, actually. Because John's produced it again, okay? So I thought that this album, I love the last album, I thought this album was there was a lot more peaks and troughs in it, but it also seemed to be a really kind of like retrospective of shit that's happened in the past.
Yes.
Like each song seems to be a chapter of shit that's happened. Would that be a fair reflection?
Yeah, I think Color Decay, we wrote a lot of it in the pandemic, and so working together was just tough. So we were sending stuff back and forth a lot, meeting up on occasion. But this record pretty much from day one was me and Mike and John just going into like writing sessions with people and being like, I want to write a song about this, or someone else wants to write a song about this, and trying to build this like collective experience of what that theme means. So whether it's like addiction or stress or depression or just reflection on experiences, it was much more collaborative of like our combined experience. And so I think we were a lot more upfront than just because it wasn't just your own experiences. Sometimes it's hard to like express your like deepest, darkest thoughts. You don't want to be judged, but if someone else is validating you the whole time of like, oh, I feel like that too, you can be a lot more like to the point, I guess. So maybe that was part of the difference there.
Yeah, I mean, the first line in the album is, I used to believe that if I got everything I wanted, I'd finally be happy. Yeah, that's pretty fucking deep.
Yeah, that song in particular is basically about, we had worked so hard to kind of restore our career. Obviously, we had so much hype in the beginning, and then there's peaks and valleys, and so we were pretty deep in a valley, and we're working so hard for years trying to get that respect back. And so once we finally had done that, it's like you want to just sit there and celebrate it, but then you almost, now that project's complete, you have a lot of time to think about all the other things from your life, and it's just hard. It's just hard being alive, So that's kind of the kickoff point. Is like, hey, I know you follow me on Instagram. Looks like we're on top of the world, right?
It's because then, I know there's another song at the end of it, but the last line in which song is it? Which one we're right?
Oh, Paradise.
It's the last line. That one. A wave. Maybe the world is better without. And then it just stops. Yeah. Like, I'm guessing that's about depression or something of that nature. I mean, how what's the word I'm looking for? Vulnerable can you all be in the studio to be able to go and just go, I'm talking about ending it.
Yeah.
And then to finish the song so suddenly.
And it's not even necessarily about like that particular topic. It's more just the racing thoughts that come into your head of like, just dark stuff that comes in there. You don't even mean it, you're not going to act on it, but it's just, the racing thoughts, and then you kind of snap back out of it. And so those two songs go back to back, Wave and Paradise, for a reason, because it's basically like all the way down, and it's like thinking the worst things, and then just the acceptance of like, maybe I don't need to be searching for happiness in anything. Like maybe I have enough right here, and I need to learn how to just like accept that this is good now. I don't always have to be working towards this fiction of happiness. It's like, if I look around, my life is great. I just need to learn how to accept it, if that makes sense. But speaking of that vulnerability, I think it's just, I've known Mike for 20 years. I've been friends with him even outside the band very close with him. We've lived in the same city a lot of times, and we're just very good friends, brothers basically. And John has been in the band for about 14 years now, and so we just have this relationship with each other. This album is basically us just sitting on 3 bar stools and kind of trying to talk about feelings, especially for men. I think sometimes it's hard to be vulnerable, and you need long friendships to be able to open up that deep with people, and we're just lucky that we have that, so we kind of try to bring that into the record.
You're lucky, you're very talented. It's like 3 guys sitting on the bar stool.
Yeah.
And just, hey man, it's how I feel. Some guy writes.
Yeah.
I mean, you definitely tell that. I mean, all this stuff I've got in here. I mean, what's the other one? I know it hurts. Which one? I know it hurts. Which song is that one? Sorry, my notes are all over the show. Or When You're Gone.
Oh
yeah. I mean, that was, and then you have this epic breakdown that's in it.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's a lot of epic
I know
breakdowns
that
in
it hurts. Yeah, lost count of the days.
It's. Do you feel that then going, like you said, I mean, you're expelling all this as well, and how cathartic is it for you? Like,
It feels good. I mean, that song basically was about my now wife. She tours as well, and so we had spent quite a bit of time apart, maybe like 6 weeks or something, and we're just, calling and texting all the time and just being like, this sucks. Like, if you love somebody, you want to be near them. It's really difficult not to be. And so that was sort of like a love song I was trying to write to her, to be like, it's okay, and then that breakdown part of it, Mike wrote basically about just like trying to like console somebody that you love, that you're apart, and say like, this isn't forever, like we'll be back together again soon.
So who decides that? Like, not you be back together. You and the missus decide that,
yeah.
right? But you mentioned there like Mike wrote that part, and obviously John's producing, and you can tell John's influence, because I mean, I think when we spoke on the Colour Decay one the first time, was about the influences that he brings in with the orchestration and such forth. But who then sits there and decides, okay, I'm singing this bit, Mike sing this bit? Do you sing?
It's kind of collective and organic. We have a very like the best idea wins mentality, really trying not to bring ego into it at all. And it's just like, my philosophy on creativity is like, you're not making something, there's something that exists that you're trying to tune into and be able to pull down to earth to be able to share with people.
Yeah.
And so it's more like, the more you can get your ego out of the way and just listen to what the universe is trying to give you, the better it is, because you're not trying to validate yourself. You're just saying, the song needs something and let's figure out what it is. And so a lot of times, especially lyrically, if we're writing something, we'll just sit in a circle and just start trying to explain the idea and say it in a clever way, and eventually someone will just hit gold and we'll just flow off of that. So
I suppose that's experience from doing it for 20 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, this guy's better
or
than me.
sometimes Mike is very poetic too, in a way that neither of us are, and sometimes you just got to bring him in for like the big, like, come on man, make us sound
Someone needs to
smart.
scream.
Yeah.
So there needs to be expression. There are a couple of different musical styles that I did notice that was on there. I mean, the eyes seem to almost kind of quite dancey.
Sure.
All Out, which again has a huge breakdown. Sorry, I just need a moment.
No, I love it.
Right. But like, when that first started, I was like, is this like a thrash band?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, the plummeling that comes with that. I mean, it's, do you, when you, I'm always intrigued in this, in the writing element of what comes first. Is somebody sitting there going, I just want to thrash, and then someone goes, well, I'm angry, let's put lyrics to it. Or is it, I have angry lyrics and I think the music will match?
That song actually was like more of our old conventional style writing, where it was like, write the song and then give it to Mike and he takes it away and then brings back all the lyrics.
Yeah.
And then that's how that is. And like, that song was very much like that. And then some of them are like from a vocal melody idea on later. It kind of just depends song to song. Like, I mean, we're forced into this game of releasing so many singles to be relevant. But for us, we still are very much of the philosophy that like albums are the best way to listen to rock music. And so a lot of times we're trying to fill spaces that don't exist yet on like the story of the album. And so it's like, well, we have a lot of these rock songs, we need something very metal right here, so we're always thinking, I want someone to listen to this album front to back, and obviously you choose the singles later, but that's not really how we write them, is to be a single.
Well, it kind of works like that. I get the albums in, I could be incorrect in this, I get the albums in kind of 3 or 4 different almost acts.
Yes, yeah.
And the interludes help with which one the act is. So Sky Behind the Pain, I'm like, okay, it's the next act. Yeah. I mean, how hard is it to put the songs together and to do an album? Because you're right, I mean, these days it's just real easy to go track 4, done.
Yeah, for this, we basically had spent all of the time that we were off of tour, which wasn't very much. Every time
it's like
we were
6 minutes.
Yeah, literally. We would just go and we'd write as many songs as we could, and then we'd go home for a little bit, and then we'd go back on tour. And so we had a couple months off when we went out to this like lake house, and we were like, let's try and finish a couple of these songs. And as we started putting a whiteboard together, this vision of like a record in 3 acts just started to kind of, it's funny you picked up on that. It really is like 3 different acts. It's like, what is wrong with me? Frustration and anger about that, and then acceptance of it and learning how to live with it and move on, you know, because I feel like the older you get, the less time you have to just be sad all the time. There's just not time, you know. You have kids or you have family, you have responsibilities, and so it's like you kind of need someone to say like, it's so okay that you feel that way, but like I need you to know it's going to be better, and like let's tough it up and like get through it, because like whatever it is, therapy or just, I don't know, whatever you need to do to be able to just be like, all right, I'm still going to be in the world. So that's the end of the record basically. And these songs just kind of started fitting within those boxes, and then some of the other ones were great songs, but they didn't make sense, so we just tossed them aside and we'll come back to them later.
Next year's album.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, how do you keep doing that though, being so like creative? Because I know the other guys as well. I mean everybody's not just Devil Wears Prada; they do other work as well. So how do you guys just keep, like you said, I mean, you had 6 minutes off in road. You're in Australia just last week, right? You're back again, and then it's like, hey, fuck, here's an album as well. And I know that album wouldn't have been recorded last week. It would have been.
No, yeah, it's taken a long time. I guess we just love it. We're heavily addicted to like trying to create new sounds, try new styles.
Which you're doing, yeah.
It's like, it just gets really, I feel like people will hear a new album that we make and they'll say, this doesn't sound like your old album. And I'm like, we've never made 2 records that sound the same ever. Like, we just get bored, we want to do something new. And if it doesn't work, then we've had that happen, and I'll just do something else next time.
Right.
So
You'll be doing it in 6 minutes.
yeah, I don't know, it's just drive, I guess. It's a job at the end of the day, you know, so you need to work at your job, I guess.
Now, I reckon my 15 minutes might be done.
Sure.
Yeah, because that's 13
I'll give
minutes.
you one more. I'll give you one more. Yeah.
Oh, I'm fine with that, because I know you guys are like super busy, and I don't like Janine.
Yeah,
backwards, I don't like pissing her off, man. Yeah, man. But I mean, obviously, I suppose the one last question is, I mean, by the time this gets printed, the tour would have finished. But
Sure.
why Australia again? I guess.
Or
what is it about Australia?
Obviously, the history of Parkway Drive, and we came over here very early with them and saw how massive the metalcore genre is here.
Huge.
And it's only gotten infinitely bigger since then, but something was just in the air on that Alpha Wolf tour. Those were some of the best shows we'd ever played anywhere in the world, and so we were like, we have to come back. And so we were planning on something else, and then Bullet hit us up, and we were like, absolutely, yeah, we'll go play some
venues,
giant shows with you. So we already have plans the next like 2 years and on of coming back every year, so we're going to make that a priority.
Nice. We'll leave it at that, because I don't want to. But